in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, you'll meet a man who came to this country with just $300 in his pocket and built it into a billion-dollar business. That's just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, I'm a big fan of the late, great Zig Ziglar, and he was one of those people who was eternally optimistic and always talked about it's your stinking thinking. And there's a lot of people who will blame, Washington or Wall Street or their own circumstance, and other people say, what's stopping you? And that's my next guest, Carlos Vaz. He is the CEO, founder of CONTI Organization. Thank you for coming on the show.
Hey, Jeff. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, I am so inspired by your story. I want you to share it with our viewers. You've built a $1 billion real estate business, but you came to this country with $300 in your pocket.
Yeah, that's the story, right? I'm one of 9 kids. I'm number 8 of 9. My dad was a butcher, my mom a homemaker, right? I think the only certainty that I had in my life, I'm going to wake up and need to go to work. I think that I appreciate that from my parents, the idea that, hey, you have to do your best. I started going to law school in Brazil. They went on a strike. I had the opportunity to come to the U.S. for a law internship. I not even had finished my degree. I came here with $300 in my pocket. By the time I paid my ticket, I went to Boston, and there I was able to find an attic. My rent was $350. So talk about P&L, right? Day one, I'm negative. What I'm going to do, the only thing I know how to do, right? Go to work. I think that work is something that empowers any human being to become better. I think the only thing that we're entitled in this life to wake up early and go to work. I think hard work is a good thing. That's something I tell my kids. So you come here with $300 in your pocket. Your rent is $350. So you start working odd jobs. My first job was loading and unload trucks from 2 a.m. to 6. And then going to the law office for a non-paid internship from 8 to 3. Right after the first month, I also got a job at TGI Fridays, working during the night and sometimes the weekend. And many times during the night too, if I'm not working, I was attending classes. So that was pretty much my days here in the U.S. when I got here. Something that I went to realize very quickly, this country is truly a blessing. I think that anyone who is born in the U.S. should get on your knees. I'm so thankful for what this country was able to give to me. I think the U.S. never asked of you of anything, but if you are willing to do your best, follow the laws and work hard, you can achieve so much more. So I have a huge gratitude of this country was able to give to me and my family, and now pretty much 300 employees that work for us, what I call our family, right? So that's a little bit the short of my story. Of course, it's you go through life, you go through many, many challenges. I think challenges are going to define the type of person you are. And like you mentioned, Zig Ziglar, right? And I believe if you don't have faith, if you don't have God in your life, you're going to crumble in the most challenging moments, right? To me, I think that my main driver, right? One side is faith, the other one is country, the other one is family. Wow. That's me.
Well, and you talk about your work family. I found a video that you guys produced a few years ago talking about workplace culture. Let's go ahead and roll that now.
CONTI is more than a real estate company. It's based on people, it's based on family, it's based on core values. That's why we're so focused, so driven to deliver the best we can in everything that we touch. Stu and I, we met at a real estate conference. It's very important to find someone that you share values, because you're going to build something on top of that. So I say that God was kind to me. He gave me an amazing wife and also gave me an amazing partner.
Before co-founding CONTI, I always felt like there was something missing in my life. I learned that for me, one of the biggest things was to make sure that I always felt like I was making a difference and adding value. If I could be doing those two things, I knew that I was on the right path. Our focus at CONTI is value-added multifamily properties. But more than that, it's about benefiting the lives of everyone we touch. That means our residents, our investors, our communities, and our team. For our team, we seek to add value to their careers by being the type of company that constantly focuses on learning, growing, and improving ourselves every day.
Something that I say very often here at CONTI is that our greatest asset is not the properties itself. When I look at our greatest asset is by far our people. How we find the right people, how they understand our culture, how they embody everything that we do at CONTI. And I do believe that with the right people, we can build an amazing company. The company itself is way beyond the story myself. This company is built of amazing people. People that come and embody our core values of excellence, of integrity, of making a difference. And here at CONTI, our job is not to create followers. I do believe that the great leaders, they create other leaders. And that's what we're doing at CONTI. We have a set of core values that empower people to become best in whatever they do, and they're going to become these amazing people leading each department. And that's what we do at CONTI. Core values is the foundation of everything we do at CONTI. So without core values, we would not be here today. And we use these core values not only for the employees, but also for our investors. If I'm talking to a potential investor and I see that we're not aligned, I might say, this is not going to be a good investment for you.
One of our core values is to make a difference, which to us means make a positive impact on the people around you. Hence, over the next several years, we plan to grow in our capacity to positively impact our charity partners and local communities. When we can continue to benefit our investors, develop our team, and champion our local communities, that is as good as it gets.
When I look at us here at CONTI, I think that we're just in the beginning of our journey. And our journey is there's so many years ahead, right? And sometimes people are so focused, what about the end of the journey? Let's not think about the end of the journey, let's enjoy the journey. And what's important for us here is at CONTI, we know that we create a massive impact in our employees' life. We create a great impact in the communities that we work with. We create a great impact inside of Dallas, the US, through the charities that we work with. And that's all the stuff makes us so proud of inside of CONTI. When we look ahead, there's just one thing comes to our mind. The best is yet to come.
Wow, that is so inspirational. You have 300 employees. I have 20 employees, and I lost sleep when COVID-19 hit, and we couldn't even use our beautiful studios. We had to work from home.
Yes.
So, what was that like for you? Because there is not a playbook for the pandemic. It's not like you knew what to do. How did you navigate that?
It is a challenge, right? You look at March comes and there's this pandemic. There's no playbook. There's nothing you can do, right? Although there's no playbook, you always need to see what's the most important thing. For us, of course, it's our people. So our obligation number one is with our people. So what can we do as a company to protect them, to give support to their family, and to take any anxiety away? So first thing that we did is, all right, let's make sure that number one, we cannot fire anyone. We're not going to let anyone go. We're not going to cut any salary whatsoever. We're going to go above and beyond. We need you to overcome the challenge. It's like if you look at the pandemic in March, it's like you're heading to war. And how can I remove a general or a soldier from that group? We are on this together. So the first thing is, listen, I'll be the first one to go to the front. I'll be there right by your side. We're going to overcome this together. I think in moments of uncertainty, your behavior can never be uncertain.
Wow.
So that's something that was the first thing I told everyone. So all right, so we need to have two teams. We need to have the defense, right? Defense, what we must protect the core. What's the bare minimum we can do as a company, right? The bare minimum, let's put defense, and the bare minimum we can do. I'm from Brazil, right? If you tell a Brazilian you're gonna have rice and beans every day, so I'm fine. Rice and beans, I'm okay. Forget the steak. It's what's the bare minimum we need? And the second one is offense. At the same time, it should not be, what can we do to continue doing business? What can you do? Because it's not you stop growing, but you also need to find a way to let the system grows. So what we did is very thankful. We didn't let any one of our people go. Makes me extremely proud. People coming to us say, thank you for taking care of my family at this moment. Right? That means the world to me. Because it's a big responsibility. Like CONTI, some people don't know, is named after my mom,
Really?
Neuza CONTI Vaz. So the way I run a company is more like do everything even to make your mom proud.
Wow.
So it's the basic things of life, but you're supposed to take it forever, right? So if you need to do those principles. And on an offense piece, we end up creating another division for the company. Very proud of that. We end up expanding to Miami as well, create another office in Miami, create another office overseas, and we open a new fund.
Wow.
So actually I can see eventually we're going to have a growth greater than we're expecting. And I expect what this last 8 months made me realize that our growth, not only our growth are going to be greater, but also our capacity to adapt. In a situation like this is not how much you care, it's really number one. Because at the end of the day, the saying, right? People don't care how much you know, but they do know how much you care.
Yes.
Are you listening to me that I'm telling you that I'm scared because my kid has to stay home, I cannot come to work? I'm scared because my mom is old and she's living with us, I cannot come to work. How can I help you? And maybe you work remotely, you don't come to the office at all. And I think that was a little bit more our DNA. It's always our DNA.
Yes.
Our DNA is never, hey, this guy is the founder, this guy is, or the CEO, and let's help him. I always see the opposite. How can I help you?
That's so inspirational. And in the clip that we just showed, I saw a signed football by Roger Staubach.
Yes.
And he's a hero of mine as well. And it occurred to me that, you're the quarterback, and everybody looks to you for leadership. And Roger Staubach, one of his greatest gifts was in that huddle, he showed no fear. I mean, he was like, guys, I know we're down, but we're going to meet you in the end zone.
I think you must. I think in a situation like this, I believe that we went through, and you're still going through, I think you can never sugarcoat anything. Let's face the brutal facts. The brutal fact is that in 2 months, you cannot make the payroll. How does it look like? Whoa. What can I do to start cutting costs right now? I think that, and once you face the brutal facts, I think that's important. You really share that with your people, that they're hearing from you. They know that, hey, this is the challenge I'm about to face. I'm going to be the first one there working as hard as I can until if I'm going to be able to walk, I'll be fighting. You don't need to stop me. But it's the analogy, right?
Well, you are so inspirational. And unfortunately, we're going to have you back because I could talk to you for hours. We're going to put the website up so everybody can get in touch. CONTIORG.com is the website. Carlos Vaz, so inspirational. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you for being
your journey.
Jeff. It was a pleasure.
You bet. And that's it for now. We'll see you next time.